Welcome to my show, A Walk in My Shoes. My name is Emily, and I will be talking about all things pop culture, including books, movies, music, and perhaps some news.
Action.
So I recently came across this Dear Abby. There's a woman who's accusing her daughter-in-law, Deborah, of stealing several years ago while they were on vacation. She took, according to the mother-in-law, she took very expensive and personal items, and she has no idea what they did with them. At first, her son was on his wife's side until some of their friends' possessions started to disappear. So she's asking if she should forgive Deborah for what she did, and that it also doesn't mean they have to include her in their lives again. Now, Dear Abby responded, "Has your son offered an explanation for his wife's behavior? Could she have been on drugs, suffering from a mental or emotional problem at the time she acted out the way she did?" So my question is, maybe Abby should have had a more thoughtful response rather than keep asking questions.
Okay, did that happen to you?
Actually, something similar happened to me when I was in 6th grade. This girl that I was friends with, anytime she'd come over, something would disappear, and finally we confronted her about it. And I don't think she was doing it to hurt me personally, because later on in high school, somebody else had noticed some of her stuff disappearing too. So I think there's some kind of mental illness aspect to it.
Well, yeah, back to your friend, did you eventually find out why she was doing that?
I never found out why. I just assumed that maybe she was looking for attention at home, or I know there's a word for it, but there's people who they can't help themselves but take things out of their own.
Yeah, kleptomaniac. I'm like, compulsive? No, kleptomaniacs.
So,
Yeah.
and she did it for drugs, then maybe they should get her help instead of cutting her off completely.
Yeah. It's fascinating that she can't even talk to her son about it.
Yes.
You know, it's like, what kind of communication issues do we have up in here?
Yeah.
You know?
And what's their family history, and why,
Yeah.
and what's the daughter-in-law's family history too? Is there a genetic thing in our family with stealing or drugs?
What's the background like?
Yeah.
For her?
Instead of just like blowing her off and saying forget it.
Yeah.
It's not being kind, just are empathetic.
And then it's kind of harsh. You know, you're just automatically going to be like, nope, you can't come for Christmas. Well.
Seems like a little more digging and understanding might
Yeah.
be before you would cut the cord.
Yeah. They didn't even bother. It seems like they didn't bother to try. They just confronted her, but then ended it there.
What would you do in this situation now?
Now, that's a hard question, because when it happened to me, my mom finally called the mom and confronted her, and I had tried to talk to her, but she of course denied taking the stuff, and the mom found my stuff in her room, and every time she had stayed the night, she would always ask if something was missing, like she was wanting the attention.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So she was even kind of like, catch me, please
Yeah.
catch me kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard people do that. They'll do something and then purposely wait and see if someone will catch them.
Yeah, and that just means they've got some emotional issues that they need help and not be judged as harsh.
What kind of help do you think people like that could get?
Just suggestion and maybe some therapy to get through it, so that you can be better about not touching other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to Wims, Walk in My Shoes, or a ridiculously pointless podcast.